The idea I want to share is going back to maybe 40 years ago when I met Taichi Ono, known to be the father of the production system. I wrote a book about it, another book related to that, and the third book is also building upon it. And all successful, especially the first two books. And the third book is more spiritual, and it's not going to be easy, but I wanted to share. It's called The Results from the Heart. But when I go back to 35 years ago, perhaps, when I decided to move to the US, I had an occasion of meeting Mr. Ono in Japan, who is known to be the father of the production system. It's a fascinating idea, and I wrote a book about it. But meeting the guy who invented the idea was profound. I had one-to-one discussion with him twice. And the last time, he gave me 2 words of calligraphy. One is challenge. It's written in Chinese character, challenge. And facing the battle, I guess, was the symbolic character, Chinese character, explaining the spirit of the challenge. And the other one is, that's Joshiki, beyond conventional wisdom. And I like that a lot. I don't know where they went. Anyway, I had those calligraphies. And I see that as the spirit of life, and even connect to the spiritual matter or life itself. Because to go through life, you need to go challenge. If you don't challenge, you may be swept away. And if you challenge, you can do it with a brute force, but it may not work, especially when you are not that strong. So the wisdom would help. But Ono said, Mr. Ono said, beyond conventional wisdom. To me, that's the true wisdom. Those 2 words, I reflect back at the age 76 and looking back my life, how I made choices, make a decision, jump into the water, or climb up the cliff, or throw myself into unknown. And that's been fun, really fun. But that gave me a chance to learn the lesson of failure. Or actually, you shouldn't call it failure, because if you don't quit, you still keep on moving. So that the spirit behind the challenge and beyond the conventional wisdom, bring out the wisdom, is critical. And I went into Zen, perhaps related to those spirits. So, right now, I'm in Santa Monica, not knowing what to do, whether I should leave California. My sense is that since the situation here, that I had relationship with someone is not tenable, things gonna be happening in the next few weeks, or at least in a month and a half or so. So here again, the challenge and beyond the conventional wisdom. And that thought, that situation put me really into the same spot at this age. But life is unknown, and you never know what happens. For some reason, my health seemed to be okay. Financially, I'm okay because I was prepared. And what I don't like is a cozy life without a challenge and no wisdom. Conventional wisdom of big house or sailboat. I mean, I have some level of financial resource, but that's, to me, is not the essence. I am to give away 95% of my net asset to Vipassana. For people to go Vipassana for 10 days, they have some good reason. They are to challenge. They are going against the conventional wisdom to find something. That spirit I do appreciate. And people may not have money and the facility and the food and so forth. I can contribute. That's my 95% going. And there's no guarantee the people come may or may not go through the difficulties. I took my son to one of the Vipassana course. I was a supporter, helping, preparing, behind. And there are maybe 20 people who attended. And he went through that. That was when he was perhaps 18 years old. Well, maybe I don't need to talk about his case. But he is still remembering that. And he went 2 more courses. I've done dozen courses or more. This is not about the Vipassana, but the spirit of challenge and going beyond the conventional wisdom. But Vipassana requires the challenging spirit and going beyond the conventional wisdom. It's based upon Buddha's teaching, if you want to call that, which is Sila, samadhi, panna that I talk about. And samadhi is the crucial element that people spend 10 days, almost like a monk life, and go through sitting, experiencing samadhi, to have that awakening, or the panna, the wisdom. In my first course, I had a major experience called panna. It's an awakening experience, and that changed my world. I had some document posted, and I can put into description of those 10-day courses what happened. But now I reflect back, spirit of challenge and finding the wisdom was so critical. That was 24 years ago. And now I have a challenging opportunity given and looking for the wisdom. And I'm in the middle of it. I'm using YouTube as a way, more like a mirror, more exactly like a mirror. As I go through changes, I keep record of it, previously personally, and the documents and the YouTube I mentioned about how I do it. But whatever the case it happened, I'm using YouTube for my own reflection and for the purpose of whoever may have similar setting in their life, that we can communicate or share notes with each other. And my YouTube tend to be like a random, it may appear, but there's always something happening in my life, and that triggers me to find the wisdom. And whatever the level of wisdom and the circumstance I was in at the time is the source of what I do, which is in line to my life at the time. It may be repetitive in the sense of facing different challenges and in the sense of various wisdom that may pop up at the time. But that's life. And I want to keep on continuing until I die. Or maybe a few days before I die. Maybe I don't have energy to say anything. Well, I drifted in my mind what that time may be. But I think if I project, I'm just doing as I reflect a little bit of my life. When I am about to die, I may have the moment and the challenge and beyond the conventional wisdom and samadhi and wisdom, I'm sure may come up and may have a smile of my life, past ups and downs. And people talk about the success. If there's success, there's failure. It's guaranteed. It's a dualism. And if you look at people who are successful, it's guaranteed there are people who are not successful. And that is to be known. There's a distribution of the success. If you look at successful and not successful, and you just going around like a rat. Sometimes you're here, sometimes you're here, and that's my life. That's your life. Even in success, there's a seed of failure because it's guaranteed. So, again, the challenge is important because that's the source of life, the energy. And there's guarantee to have difficulties. And you go through the cycle. But to go beyond is awakening. And still find the path into the future and into death with a smile. Because you are one with the flow of nature, the way of nature manifesting in you, and you practice what you can and accept the result of it and the pain that may come, endure it, let it pass, because the pain doesn't stay forever. It's like weather, sun shining and the storm. So, what's the point of it? Life is about challenge, and not just the conventional wisdom. There is unconventional, beyond the conventional wisdom that we can find. Let's figure this out. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's the spirit of exploration of life, and that's the reason why we are here. Not our own individual purpose, but related to the flow of the universe and how we may help each other. Even my video, it's possible that I'll be connecting with someone going through similar difficulties. The one who is not going through difficulties may not visit or will not visit my video. That's not the purpose of it. Only to say that the success is just a success. And it may not be success anymore. So we are in the same boat as human, and hopefully to communicate, find the wisdom, go through samadhi, and let's see what I can do, I will do, to find the next leg of my life, whether I stay here, if so, in what way. It's adventure. My life has been adventure. And I often had the moment of nowhere to go, but I made the breakthrough beyond the conventional wisdom. So, may all beings be happy. And let's do our best by Sila, samadhi, panna, beyond the conventional wisdom, challenging to go beyond our ego and have fun in the process. Have a good day, good life. I'll let you know what my wisdom, if there is, maybe. I have more to say, but this is good enough.